Hey there, thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to talk about and then demonstrate a hair apposition technique, which is a technique we can use to close scalp lacerations. And this video will end with a demonstration on a live patient, so please stay tuned. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, follow along. I've got a lot of videos and we'll be making a lot more in the near future. So what is the hair apposition technique? Well, it is a technique that is used for scalp laceration closure. So generally we might close a scalp laceration with staples, which is a common option, or with suturing, maybe less common, but useful in more jagged lacerations. And then hair apposition is one that we can use, especially in more simple, linear, not very deep or more superficial lacerations. It utilizes the patient's own hair, and we use several strands of hair on either side of the laceration, twisted across the laceration, pulling the wound closed. And ideally, we would glue that using a tissue-safe adhesive. It can be tied, but then the hair is then just tied and has to be undone or cut out afterward. But if we use a tissue-safe adhesive, then that adhesive will fall off after 7 to 14 days or so, once the laceration is healed. It does not use sutures or staples, and so there's many advantages to this. There's no staple or suture to be removed later. Additionally, there's no further puncturing of the skin with a needle or with a staple, so there's theoretically less of a risk of skin infection due to those other puncture wounds. Additionally, this can be performed with or without anesthesia, and that's one of the huge advantages to it, is because we're not going to be inserting a needle like we would with suturing or placing a staple, we can perform the hair apposition technique without actually numbing the skin. It also, importantly, does not replace the need for cleansing the wound or considering tetanus vaccination, copious irrigation, exploring the wound for foreign bodies and deeper injuries, and all of those things. It should be completed in a clinic or a hospital by a trained healthcare clinician, and also we really should only use this technique on smaller, simple, linear lacerations, ideally, as you'll get a better approximation with the other techniques like suturing if there's more jaggedness to the wound, or if further debridement or cleaning up the skin edges needs to occur. It should not be used on deep, complex lacerations, as these would oftentimes require significant debridement or multi-layer closure. And so really this technique should only be used on small, simple, linear lacerations. All right, let's jump into a quick demo on one of my live patients with a very small, about 1 centimeter laceration. All right, so in this laceration, notice it's a small little laceration. In this, I've already done all the cleaning and copious irrigation, combed the hair off to the sides and pulled the hair off in pigtails, and I'm ready to start the hair apposition. So I generally use a pair of forceps or maybe a needle driver or something to just get a little bit of hair pulled off from one side. This can sometimes be, honestly, like the trickiest part is grabbing the right amount of hair and not pulling too much on the hair, because in this case, no anesthesia was applied beforehand, and so I'm trying as best I can to not pull her hair. Pulling a little bit out of the pigtails that are underneath the drape. And as you can see, there we go, we get a little bit of hair here, just enough that we can kind of twist it into a suture-like strand. We'll do the same thing on the other side, grabbing just a little bit of the hair there. You want to make sure you've got hair that's almost directly across from the other side, so that when you pull it across the laceration, it's going to pull it kind of closed. See, as we do there. So you're going to use some tissue-safe adhesive as a glue to help tie the hair together or glue the hair together after you do a twisting motion. So in this case, here's my tissue-safe adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and crack that, a little bit of glass inside that releases the actual glue. And then I've got someone else in the room that is going to be helping me, acting as a third hand to apply the glue. So I twist this one full twist around. Notice how I twisted that one full twist. And then as you pull that, not too tight, but tight enough that it snugs the wound edges close together, the person that's assisting you then applies 1 or 2 drops of this adhesive right onto the twisted part of the hair over top of the skin edge. You want to make sure that that adhesive does not get into the wound. And then once it's applied, you hold that there for about 20 to 30 seconds while the skin glue dries. After about 30 seconds, you can let go of the hair there, and you can see that it holds the wound in good approximation and did not require any sutures or staples or needles injecting a local anesthetic. After this, I would advise the patient to keep the area dry for 48 to 72 hours, and then after that, the patient is okay to go ahead and shower, let water run over the area, gently clean with a little bit of soap and water, but avoiding scrubbing over that area at all, but the hair below it can be cleansed. And then after about 7 to 10 days, the tissue adhesive is really going to start falling off of the hair. The hair will fall into its normal pattern, and the scalp laceration should be well healed at that point. A follow-up in a clinic about 7 days later to just ensure that the wound has healed well and there are no signs of infection would be good, and always make sure that your patient is instructed that if they develop any signs or symptoms of infection, that they should seek medical care immediately. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe and follow along for more videos.